Mahomes, number one. However, reigning Super Bowl champion Tom Brady found himself sixth among the said quarterbacks. Booger, you are up first. Do you have a problem with Tom Brady and his 7 rings being ranked sixth amongst the quarterbacks?
Oh, absolutely. Because if we're going to say that there's 6'5" quarterbacks better than Tom Brady, I'll give you Patrick Mahomes, I'll give you Aaron Rodgers, but that's about all I'm going to give you. And I don't want to hear about what's going to happen in the future 2, 3, 4 years from now. I'm talking about what I just saw this past season and what I think I'm going to see this season. They are the prohibitive favorite, them along with the Kansas City Chiefs, to win another Super Bowl. And the only reason that is because of Tom Brady. This is a very similar roster that Jameis Winston, quarterback, to 8-8 or 9-7, I believe. Tom Brady transformed that team the way he went out and played, and he's still playing at an elite level because he's playing the position the right way. No, he's not the dual threat quarterback and going to get all the free yards that Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson and Dak Prescott are going to get. But what he's going to do, he's going to distribute the football and get the ball to the weapons. And more importantly, what he's not going to do, which is what Tampa needed, he's not going to turn the football over. He's the ultimate winner because he knows how to win. And oftentimes playing that position of quarterback, you have to understand the plays that you can make, but more importantly, the plays that you cannot make. So any list that has Tom Brady ranked at number 6 as far as the quarterback going into the season, to me, it's a list that whoever came up with this list needs to go back and figure it out. Because at the very, very worst, he's third behind Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers.
Well, I agree with your ranking of Brady. That's where I put him. I put him third. Mahomes 1, Rodgers 2, Brady 3. And I think not only is he third, Boog, I think then that's the first tier. I don't know that anyone else belongs in that tier. Apologies to Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, who may not be on the field, and a couple others, including Josh Allen, who's ascending, and Herbert, who may be super great this year. We'll see. But I'd have him third. And I am out of the predicting Brady's demise business because he is great still. He is great still at an age. Well, listen, every quarterback who ever lived fell off the cliff by 42. The man is 44. So he's so many standard deviations beyond anyone who ever lived. He's in uncharted territory. But, Boog, I can't fault people for making a prediction and saying, you know what, eventually Father Time's going to win, or at least start to score some points, at least land the jab a little bit, Boog, a few body shots, and that ascending quarterbacks who are dual threat and we have seen can play on a great or near great level, given their age and trajectory of their career, offensive lines, what have you, that people can squeeze a few in ahead of Brady. That wouldn't be me, but I could understand why predicting they do it. When we talked about this yesterday, I was with you. Your position now, he's 3. You're not going to tell me Brady's 7th among quarterbacks. But if you're predicting, I mean, eventually, 44 years old, there's a chance by the end of the season, a 17-game season, maybe there's a little drop-off and other guys are getting better. I don't have a problem with it.
Well, I'll say this. For me, fellas, when you look at the overall picture here, and you look at Tom Brady, you look at his success for so many years in the National Football League, and you look at what he has coming back on his roster right now with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They have 22 starters, 11 on offense coming back. If you're going to predict anything, I predict Tom Brady to have a good year because what he's surrounded by. And I'll tell y'all this, out of all those quarterbacks, forget that. Out of all the players in the NFL, Tom Brady has the greatest trait of all of them. That's winning. That's what matters, winning in the National Football League. So whoever had him at 6 it's just outright crazy. For me, I have Mahomes number 1. I have Rodgers number 2. I have Brady's 3.
Everyone does.
Brady 3. I have Russell Wilson 4. Mm-hmm. I have Deshaun Watson 5. And I have Josh Allen 6.
Right.
That's my list right there in the order of that fashion. But to have Brady as the 6th-best quarterback and to think he's a 6th-best quarterback and he just won his 7th Super Bowl and he has everybody coming back offensively, it's just outright crazy and bogus to me.
One thing, Booger, that I disagree with is you said it's basically the same team that Jameis had. There were some significant improvements. They spent a first-round pick on an offensive lineman. They obviously brought in Antonio Brown. And by the way, people sleep on Antonio Brown. It's not like the last time we saw Antonio Brown play a full season in the NFL, he was among the greatest receivers who ever lived. I don't know that he's still not. Let me see him play a full season. And then you
Yeah,
add
but Max-
Gronk, and then you add Leonard Fournette, and they added some pieces.
Yeah, but Max, I truly understand they added some pieces. But if you look at the majority of the season, that defense was there. You look at the offensive line, I'll give you the fact that they added Tristan Wirfs, who looks like he's going to be an all-pro for years to come. But the primary playmakers, when you look at Mike Evans, when you look at Chris Godwin, when you look at those guys were already there.
Yeah, oh, listen, Jameis had so much there that throwing 30 interceptions, they still won 7 games. I mean, like, that tells you something. You could have brought in a quarterback that just gave you 15 interceptions and won 9 games or something like that. But you brought in Tom Brady, and to me, the reason that I can't drop him below third, even predicting if it's just me, his first year away from Belichick. Yes, his team was loaded. They were not the only loaded team in the NFL. His first year away from Belichick. He not only won the Super Bowl, but did it on the other side of the field. There was Aaron Rodgers and there was Patrick Mahomes. Yep, their offensive lines were hurt. It wasn't exactly a fair fight. Nothing ever is exactly. Brady just won the Super Bowl. Tough to drop him when they return all the starters. And if anything, look like they're going to be better this year.
And I'll be honest, guys, when we look at this list, he's not better than Patrick Mahomes, right? He's not better than Aaron Rodgers because both of those guys can improvise and do things that we've never seen quarterbacks do in the National Football League. Now, when you look at the third slot, I think he solidified that third slot just because of the simple fact I would take him over Russell Wilson. I would take him over Josh Allen. I would take him over anybody else besides Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers. Those two guys right there, the way they play the game of football, the way they improvise, the way they just do things for their football teams. You look at how they throw we look at Patrick Mahomes the other day in the preseason game and the way he's just throwing the ball sidearm. He's just out there having fun. It's like he's a grown man playing amongst kids.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.